This is the conclusion to my Blighted farming. I have completed 60 maps. I failed a couple. Let me pull up a spreadsheet here. All right. So this is what I was doing. I've already shared a couple other videos about what I was doing in terms of strategy. But this is the end result. Coming up with a total, I don't know. This is just what I came up with. PoEStack says I'm lying and I'm severely underestimating, which is possible. And PoEStack does not include any of the scarabs, any of the fossils, or any of the screaming essences, which I obtained 450 screaming essences, 273 fossils, and 122 scarabs. Scarabs are off. I didn't start recording scarabs till map 30. I don't really know why, and I only counted the scarabs as 2 chaos apiece, so it's another severe underestimation of the actual value of this. Maybe not severe, but it is an underestimation. There's also a silver oil missing, as I needed it for an anoint to get my 3rd specter. So that's not in the PoEStack view here. And PoEStack says I'm at 55 divine. So I'm guessing it's probably more like 60 divine. But I kind of underestimated it purposefully. Strategy wise, it looks like I'm showing 6.51 divine an hour for running in 60 maps. I bricked 1 map and failed 6, so I actually technically only ran 59 maps. The other, I went into the one and it was minions can't. I like check the the description on the side, and it was said minions cannot be frozen. I wasn't paying attention when I rolled the map, but minions cannot be frozen. Minions cannot have their movement speed modified, and then it also had cannot regenerate life, mana, and energy shields. So I just exited the map. The 6 fails. 1 was from breaking up a fight between a cat and a dog. The other was from me not paying attention. 2 of them were for before I changed my strategy to include the freezing tower, and the last 2 I just was neglectful in my attention. But realistically, I'm sorry, that's not true. That was one of the last 2. The last one I had a very poor lane spawn. And there was just no way to place towers that were of any benefit, which is kind of unusual. Normally you can make something work, but this one just had like a giant spread of open area between between the initial pump and the lanes on either side. And as a result, if I went down to take care of one lane, the other, like if you get far enough away from the towers in a lane, like they kind of, I think pretty sure they don't work. And as a result, the one lane would stop working, the other lane would resume working, and it was just, even staying in the middle just did not do anything because there's just too much coming down. And eventually a split boss came down and it killed me. So in terms of the tab, this is let's see, this is what this looks like right now. So I have not tried a Blight Ravaged map yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but yeah, I don't know. That's what I came up with in terms of my loot. I was pretty happy with it, considering my total investment to start this was where is it? I have it listed here. Investment was 4.5 divine, which is what I paid for all 60 maps. So, and then loot's listed right there. And as I said, I was really happy as a whole with how this turned out. It was pretty fun. It's not something I do all league long because I feel like it gets kind of boring after a bit, but that's my opinion. So I 60 maps, took about 7 hours. I did that over a course of, I think, 5 days. Finished, I think, Thursday. Just hadn't made the completion video yet. As conclusion, 6.5 divine is not too bad at all, and for the time it took, and it was very casual in terms of playstyle, so that's always cool, especially when I didn't have an abundance amount of time this week. If on average I take the let's see, total loot was worth the 50.7 divine, what I calculated as. So let's go ahead and do this. 10,0765. That's the total amount of chaos value of everything. And divide that by the amount of completed maps, which was 53. It's averaging 200 chaos per map. So if I were to, for the sake of testing this, so 200 per map, that's 7 failed, so let's multiply this by 7. So I missed out on 1,421 chaos. So, hang on. 1421 plus 10,0765. This is potentially 12,186. So let's change this. 12,186 and see what this does. Okay, so the real strategy value is showing that if I just at average loot cost is about 7.5 divine per hour, and that's assuming you aren't failing maps. Now I failed. As I said, I failed set 6, bricked 1. I explained why already, and that lowered my total profit by well, it looks like about 4 to 5 divine there. So I will undo that so it comes back to what it actually is. But that 6.51 is a low ball. I would estimate this at if you want to come out conservatively, a 7 divine an hour in terms of rough value that you'd get out of 60 blighted maps.